A mathematical solution. R L Raymond. The first thing you do when your kid dies in a car accident isn't grieve. Back that up. The first thing, after the hospital stay where they jack you full of pills, dream for you, after the funeral where you listen to funny stories about your dead son, told by family, friends, and the parents of the goddamn kid who was driving and walked away without a scratch, the first thing you do is math. At the beginning, it's sketchy. You think about seconds. How many seconds does it take to leave without saying goodbye? How many seconds between a red light and a green light? That kind of thing. Pretty basic stuff. The what ifs of loss. But then, when you stop washing down the pills with vodka, once the bandages on your wrist come off and the gouges have healed enough so you don't puke when you see them, that's when you really start digging in. Angles, speed. You've got just enough strength to walk outside, to look at yellow lines and curbs and signs. Somewhere from deep inside, those physics classes come back, and you triangulate. You figure out patterns all over the road from one single piece of data. Your son is dead. If you're not careful, though, your mind can still drift, and you remember parabolas and projectile motion. But you don't own a gun, so you shove that useless fodder aside. Now sober, and with every single permutation of the crash hardwired in your brain, you get down to your own dreams again. Luckily, they are silent. Just incessant replays of how and why your kid took the bumper of a UPS truck to the chest and neck and face. There's glass and crumpled metal. Your kid erased, and just before you get to scream or wake up, the whole scene shifts forward, showing you the tracks, the skid marks, the missed corner, the speed, every piece of the mathematical scheme that only has one solution, one final solution. You wipe sweat from your face each morning, day after day after day. As much courage as it took to walk out the front door, 6 seconds from kitchen to porch, it takes a near miracle for the next step. A 135-degree turn down the pathway, 8 seconds to the car, 4 seconds to unlock it because you're shaking. It starts right away, and the fear you feared instantly fades. You can see the whole route in your mind, mapped out and precise. It just can't continue. You have to let go. You have to let yourself grieve for the love of Christ. You drive up to the house, knowing that the car was a write-off, so you won't be tortured by it, thinking that this small grace may be the turning point. If you see him, the kid you wished had died instead of yours, and just look him in the eye and tell him, I wish you died instead of him, maybe you'll feel better. Then time will just be something you pass until it's your turn to go, and angles won't be so sharp and painful. You pull up the drive and he's there, in the living room, alive, watching TV, craning his neck to see who's coming to visit. Just as you get ready to throw it into park, your mind races, and immediately you know that your car will accelerate fast enough, that the little slope up the grass, through the rose bushes, will provide just the right approach. In an instant, you know. The hood will smash through the bay window, take out glass and aluminum and plywood. So you floor it, and you watch that bastard freeze. You've done the math. There ain't no other way.